In this video, I'm going to show you how to use our new Basketweave button tools. Working Basketweave directly onto a button mold can be quite difficult, especially at a small size, so we developed these reusable tools. I'll be showing you the basic method here, using both a thick thread and a thinner thread, as it changes just a little bit. The hole at the center of the tool is a guide for the button size. In this example, I'll use tapestry wool as the working thread. You'll also need to wind waste thread onto the provided bobbin. Thread the waste thread through a hole and tie the working thread to it. Bring the waste thread to the front through a slot and then the working thread to the front from the side. Catch the working thread, then take the waste thread back to the back through a slit. Take the working thread down the front of the tool and the waste thread down the back of the tool, and at the other side, bring the waste thread up again to catch the working thread. Now the waste thread will go to the back again and take both to the opposite side to repeat. Using a thick thread, as here, I will skip teeth as necessary. The working thread should be evenly spaced and not too close together. Continue in this way to warp up. It is really important that you do not loop the threads around the teeth. You will be unable to remove the finished piece without cutting it if you do so. This won't be the end of the world, but it might make covering the chosen button difficult. When the tool is warped up, you will see the working thread along the front and the waste thread along the back. Secure the waste thread. I like to weave through some of the side teeth to keep the tension, then simply weave around the waste threads. You can knot into the waste threads if you wish. Now, cut a length from the working thread, thread a needle, I'm using the weaving needle that comes with the kit, and weave. Work over and under, back and forth. Again, do not loop around the teeth. Ignore these. Ensure that you do not pull too hard. Use the hole as a guide. In order to cover the button, the woven piece must remain the full size, though you could cover a smaller button if you mess up. Use your needle to push the woven threads together. When all weaving is complete, knot the working thread to itself at the corner to stop it slipping. Turn the tool over, unwrap the waste thread, and then carefully draw the waste thread out from the working thread. Moving it to the front of the gap, then gently pulling it from each loop at the front will mean that you can use the waste thread again. You could, of course, simply cut the waste thread if you wish. Cut the knot and remove the piece. Now you can go ahead and carefully gather the edges as you would any cloth by working a running stitch around the woven piece. Pop your button mold inside, pull up and secure. With some threads, you'll want to fold over the edges, not gather. I'll show you this method a little later in this video. And that's it, a basket weave button. Now I'll show you how to warp up using a fine thread, in this case a number 8 pearl. As before, fasten the 2 threads to the tool and begin as before. But this time, instead of skipping a tooth, you will turn the waste thread back through the same gap. This will give 2 threads close together. The working thread should not overlap, otherwise weaving will be difficult. If this happens, you can sometimes draw it over to the side. Otherwise, take the working thread a little farther to the back of the tool. Any crossings will then work itself out. It will just mean that there's more working thread at the back of the tool. As before, continue in this way, back and forth, to warp up the tool. Remember, no thread goes around the teeth. The waste thread holds the working thread in place and at tension. Secure the waste thread at the back, then cut a long length of the working thread, thread your needle and weave. For this button, I'm going to weave over 2, under 2. As you can see, on this size tool, I have a spare thread, which is handy as I will also want 2 rows the same. The extra thread will enable me to follow the same path back without undoing the previous row. Alternatively, you could double up the thread on your needle and weave it through and just ignore this excess thread. I will continue in this way, weaving 2 rows, over 2, under 2, and then the next 2 rows in opposition. When complete, again, fasten the working thread to itself at the corner. Now, turn over and again remove the waste thread to take the woven piece off of the tool. Because of that twist, a few of the loops are longer than the others along the top and bottom. That's okay. I started a running stitch along the even side, and then I'll place the mold inside. Now, fold the corners in, secure, and then fold over the edges to cover the mold. You can stitch around to catch them. This method can give you a little bit more control, especially with more complex weaves. Then Run stitches through to secure the covering. I will be producing a booklet with other designs to accompany this kit in the near future. Thanks very much for watching. Do please leave me a comment and of course hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.